Alright, a couple of things to address. Yes, my hair's a mess. My face might be a little dark and blue. This light right here is on low battery. It's freaking blinking. What else? Yeah, my glasses are crooked. We're working on fixes for all of that. The camera's sitting a bit higher, so there's less space down here and more up here. Welcome to 2026. Who would have thought I'd be making this video, huh? Where's my promised Mari Supreme video, huh?
I'll tell you what, man.
Life, man. Life!
Disclaimer, we are on year 3 of award season coverage, and every year I find myself more distant with the industry. However, things have been one battle after another in life, but fortunately I have come on top of my woes. And last night, actually 3 nights ago now, I actually felt some emotions during my favorite event of the year, the Golden Globes. And before we begin, I need to address a certain elephant in the room. The award season usually goes as follows. You got the Golden Globes, then the critics, then the BAFTAs, then the SAGs, and then the Oscars, okay? We got 𝙎𝑘𝑖𝑏𝑢𝑠. It's a lovely trajectory where we kick off with the Globes, which covers all of the media, from the telly to the theater. Yo, this light turned off. I'm not even gonna check how that looks, but we're gonna rock with that. Then we go to Critics' Choice, which narrows down to just movies, and there's fewer contestants for Best Actor and Actress. But this year, the Critics' Choice were first, and I found out they were happening while they were happening live. Way to throw the balance off the universe. Now we have this fat ass gap between now and the BAFTAs, which the critics usually filled in. Anyway, complaining aside, 2025 was an amazing year for movies. I didn't watch them all. I barely covered them this year, but you bet your cheeks I was aware of the heavy hitters and found few surprises of the wins. I'm not gonna hit every category, so let's start with the famous to me speed run. I got absolute chills when Teyana Taylor won, and I freaking called it. I was taken aback when Stellan Skarsgård won. You know, we had my homies Paul and Jacob there. Yeah, first name basis sort of thing. And the One Battle Brothers, but hell yeah. People love sentimental value, and he got a standing ovation. He didn't even expect to win. I haven't seen much new television, but my mom loved Adolescence. Yo, look at this BS. Nikki Glazer really got a Mari Supreme jacket. One battle after another is really a low-key joy of mine. I haven't talked about it much, but I just can't explain it. Life, man.
Life!
Love seeing Macaulay Culkin back in a sort of spotlight. I wish they played If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You Near Me. We hate limited releases. Once again, it chills. High emotions, glistening eyes. You know me, that's my top 3 artists right there on the screen. Stephen Grant for Adolescence. I liked his emotions and his One Love send-off.
Without you, none of this is possible. So, Queen Latifah, wow, can't believe it. Good night, God bless, and in the words of Bob Marley, one love.
And finally, Sinners had won, and well-deserved. Top 3 movie of the year. I adore Sinners. Caught it back on Halloween Day at the IMAX re-release. People dressed up as characters, and what an award for it to win at the Globes because everyone was able to come up for it. So it turns out right after the K-pop Honey Depression, Sinners and 𝙈𝙾𝑾𝑚 𝐺𝑜RANSON had won for original score. And they didn't even televise it, but I guess sacrifices had to be made for the greater good of...
Walk with me here? Walk with me here? No, I still can't find it, hold on. Drama, no, best performance. No, podcast, best podcast.
Literally the last one. They replaced the original score on live television for best podcast. Just a few more small beers, baby. I don't tend to hate, but when I do, I try to make it amusing. So walk with me as we put on a show. All right, hold on. I gotta make it look like it's the same day. Rotten Tomatoes critics, Rotten Tomatoes audience, IMDb, Letterboxd, Metacritic. On average, we have an 86.29% calculation. I guess they took away their Google reviews. That's so freaking weird. I mean, the people have spoken. The only one larger or even greater than Slayer is the Rotten Tomatoes audience. The Rotten Tomatoes audience loved hunting. They don't love slaying, but they love hunting. You know, there's a 1% disparity. Ricky winning was absolute cinema. Context? Here you go.
If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off, okay?
Which is why Wanda Sykes was saying,
Ricky Gervais, I love you for not being here. If you win, I get to accept the award on your behalf, and you're gonna thank God. And the trans community. Ricky Gervais, because he would like to thank God and the trans community.
and that's the lore.
The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So...
Pluribus, am I right? Meant to watch that? Now I have more fuel to. I felt some jolts of excitement that the studio, though initially swindled me, watched a video for more on that. One right here because I had kind of mentally checked out and used my laptop while the show ran here and there. Jessie Buckley is a future Oscar winner. As someone that hears about movie chatter, she received immense praise. And again, I had called it. I didn't watch Hamnet, but the grapevine is powerful. That and how you interpret the grapevine and the chatter that comes with it, you should seriously go watch Men if you haven't. There's something called a rolling birth sequence at the end, if you're interested in that. It's pure A24. Best Actor Drama caught me by surprise. Usually this is my category, but the other one was this time. This one felt like a curveball. Ah yes, my favorite list of musicals and comedies. On the note of Blue Moon and Ethan Hawke and impressively enough Nouvelle Vague, both directed by Richard Linklater, I could easily yap about that, and I think I will later towards February as we approach the Oscars. Subscribe for that. One battle after another swept cinematically, and I guess I do agree that versus Marty Supreme, it is a powerhouse of a movie, whereas Marty has the best actor factor going for it. And then hooray, Hamnet, woo! Adolescence swept the television scene. One battle had the movies. I wish there was more love for Frankenstein, but Jacob did end up winning for supporting over at the Critics' Choice. First name basis. I've always wanted to compile a list of winners of specific categories, then list my own picks before the Oscars, but no promises that that idea comes to fruition. Nikki Glaser was a fun host. Glad she sung again. Was nice seeing some faces like George Clooney. I guess no Brad Pitt this year.
Hey, Brad Pitt.
Brad, I love you.
I think they got my name wrong. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pitt.
But I'm gonna cut the video here. I've got nothing much to ramble on. Love what you like, my friends. Protect your energy and dream big. This video has to be next. I mean, it's a little more off the top than what I wanted, but what can you do about it?